timing. Boss wants to see us.
I got a cab waiting. Dude, what's up?
Eric Miller, I think. Come on. You know, Bailey wasn't thrilled at the short notice I gave him. He only agreed to it thinking that you'd jump at the promotion.
Come in.
Mr. Bailey, I have a cab
Both of you,
waiting.
get in here. I'll cut to the chase. I'm going to ask some pointed questions, and I want some quick answers. First, Plank. Rumors are flying that Wangati Ngumo is calling a press conference late this afternoon. They think he's stepping down as Secretary General.
Really?
Don't play dumb with me. Doesn't take a genius to figure this out. You forget I was in charge of the African Bureau way back when. Now, what's the connection?
Well, look, Stan, I'm not at liberty to talk about
Let me tell you something, Plank. I like you. I gave you a chance when others said you didn't have what it takes. I paid you 6 figures long before you deserved it. Nothing you say is going to go past these walls, so don't hold out on me. You brats think because I'm 2 or 3 years from the pasture, I don't still have my ear to the ground. Well, let me tell you, my phone's been ringing off the hook, and my gut says something big's coming down.
Who's been calling you, Stan?
I'll tell you. First, a guy who knows the VP of Romania. Word over there is he's prepared to run the day-to-day stuff indefinitely, which tells me Carpathia will be here a while. Then, people I know in Africa tell me Ngumo has some inside track on the Israeli formula, but he's quietly not happy about stepping down from the UN. Then, Ralph Casher at Seaboard Monthly calls. Says Buck and this Miller guy who's dead were working the same story. Then he says, which river do you suppose Buck is going to be found floating in?
Well, what angle was Miller taking?
The meaning behind the disappearances. Have any idea why that might paint Carpathia in a dark light?
No, I don't. I wouldn't have thought he'd link Carpathia with the disappearances.
I'll tell you the truth. When I first took the call from Casher, I figured he was getting a reference on you, Cameron. Let's just get that stuff out of the way before I grill Plank, shall we?
Well, what stuff?
You looking to leave?
I'm not.
You taking the promotion?
I am.
Good. Now, Steve, what else is Carpathia going to push for?
Well, he wants a new security council set up, which will include some of his own ambassadors.
Really?
And?
Well, he wants Ngumo personally to insist on him as a replacement, along with 2 other things. Militarily, he wants disarmament, the destruction of 90% of all nuclear weapons, and the donation of the other 10% to the UN.
For peacekeeping purposes. Naive, but logical. He probably won't get that. What else?
Well, it's the least likely. The logistics alone are incredible.
What? What?
He wants to move the UN.
What?
I know. Guys, this sounds stupid.
Move it? Where?
He wants to move it to Babylon.
You're kidding. You're not serious.
Well, he is.
Well, they've been renovating that city for years. Millions of dollars.
Billions.
All right, billions invested in making it what? The new Babylon?
He's meeting right now with the heads of all these international groups in town.
Well, what does he want with them?
Well, he's asking for a 7-year peace treaty with Israel in exchange for the desert fertilizer formula. The whole thing will be set in motion with a move to New Babylon and the establishment of one religion for the world, the whole world, probably headquartered in Italy.
Well, he's not going to get far with the Jews on that one.
They're an exception. He's going to help them rebuild their temple during the years of the peace treaty.
The man's brilliant.
You're right.
I've never seen anyone who moves so quickly.
Wait. Aren't either of you the least bit skeptical about this guy? Looks to me like people who get too close wind up dead.
Skeptical? I find him refreshing.
Yeah, well, what about Eric Miller?
I think you're making too much of that. Maybe he did get too close to the railing. His run-in with you and Carpathia could have been a coincidence. Anyway, Carpathia didn't know what Miller was after, did he?
Well, not that I know of.